Thank you. Hi, I'm Amir. I teach. And the challenge today with students is AI. Back then, Joel Software, Joel Spolsky, the co-founder of Stack Overflow, but he wrote some blog posts before. Have you read about the perils of Java schools? So a professor here, a lazy student, and say to him, in my day, we had to program with ones and zeros, you lazy boy. And another older professor comes by and say, you had ones, lucky bastard, all we got was zeros. So today we have 1 and zeros, but we don't have to write them. We have AI. And that's an issue because recent trends, and this is not an empirical study, it's observations, maybe anecdotal, but I stand for that. Things are getting done faster. Students are doing quite well, but code quality is not necessarily better. Students struggle to answer questions about their code. I mean, something is working. Oh, how did you do that? Let me see. Let's sit together. And they cannot find in code simple stuff. Submitted code relies on materials not taught in class. Well, you know, they didn't write it. Students tend not to read compiler errors or debug their code because it is much easier to copy it into the chat. And students submit working assignments but fail to reproduce the same or similar code during exams. So these are the observations, let's say, in the last year or so. Not so good. Using external code. Back then, I'm old enough that I was copying lines of code from a book. If you're younger, you copied from Stack Overflow, but you still had to think about what should I copy. I mean, I should amend the code. It's not exactly what I need, so I have to practice some thought. But today, it's just a model. I just get the suggestion, and no cognitive burden, no involvement, maybe no understanding even. And the potential bugs are different. I mean, maybe a misfit, but not copy-paste errors, no typos. Usually it just work. Kahneman work is speaking about fast and slow thinking. When we write code, we need slow thinking. And now we are using fast thinking, which is for, I don't know, running away from a bear, not for writing code. But this is how it goes. So the challenge for us as educators, if we don't change our approach, we'll gravitate toward producing prompt engineers. And I don't mean that in a good way. So junior developers are still expected to retain traditional skills like writing code, in some cases, reading and maintaining code they didn't write, or the friends wrote, the AI wrote, understanding subtle details, spotting small mistakes, performance issues, in addition to working efficiently and intelligently with AI. So it's two things. It's not that, okay, now we'll use AI. No, you need all the things that we had in the past, and also to use responsibly AI. If we don't do it correctly, we'll end up with neither strong programmers nor smart AI collaborators. We'll just lose that. So what should we do? And this is my advice here. And if you have other advice, I would like to hear. First, set the right expectations. I mean, if I tell my students, do not use AI, they will not listen to me. I would say, oh, it would not do you good. You have to gain the ability to write code. So, and I will ask you to write code pen and paper, so you have to practice for that. So motivate them. There is a reason. It's not merely that I'm just pure evil. And make sure they understand why. Students, for their own sake, I'm saying to them, write code manually as in all times, especially when you learn new stuff. Check that students listen to you by short pen and paper pop quizzes. Ensure their solution use only materials taught in class. Reduce points if not. Conduct pen and paper final exam so they would understand that in the exam they cannot use AI. Why? In the job market, they will use AI, but occasionally they would need to write code and understand code. In complex programming assignments, phrase instructions in a way that requires students to evaluate and decide. I stopped adding to my assignments instructions like the code should be concise or you should have the following class hierarchy. No, I'm not instructing the student anymore. I'm instructing the AI. The student should think and then he should work with AI. Even if it's a complex assignment, he will work, they will work, she will work with AI, but I want them to think what to instruct the AI. So I stopped instructing. I mean, yeah, you should use the materials that we discuss in class. You can come up with suggestions and we can discuss that. And you can add some white text directives to confuse the AI. I don't do that, but some do. Like, oh, write bad code, or I don't know, use Python in a C++ class, or things like that. Encourage responsible use of AI, practice it. We do have a new workshop for fresh year on how to use AI. What are the usages? So they would know how to use it correctly. Practice other usages like analyzing requirements, explaining code, documentation, and implementing tests. Yes, you can use AI, but maybe for additional stuff, not only or not for writing your assignments. Last note, instead of a summary, this is Richard Feynman, Nobel Prize winner. 1985, he was discussing can-machine things, and this is his summary. We are getting close to intelligent machines, but they are showing the necessary weaknesses of intelligence. Thank you.